The revolution won't be televised, but diabetes here to open up your eyes. The revolution won't be televised, but diabetes here to open up your eyes. The revolution won't be televised, but diabetes here to open up your eyes. Revolutionary, that revolutionary, that revolutionary, that revolutionary, Welcome back to the Revolution of Knowledge. This next topic is very important, so listen and learn. Empower yourself with knowledge of self. The empowerment of self derives from the history of self. Knowing your heritage gives you undisputed knowledge of our ancestry that cannot distort the consciousness of your people's origin. This is the fundamental and basic foundation in which any group of people builds from into a heritage passed down to all generations to strengthen its well-being through practice and repetition. The roots and evolves it into a family tree of hereditary genetic material that strengthens the memory in the bloodline that carries the information of self to the following generations to come. Empowerment is a solid understanding of self in this context, because it evolves your specific history in which one has to realize in order to empower yourself with this most important trait, which guarantees its individuality of each heritage. To empower yourself with lies that gives false motive and conflicting awareness of self corrupts proper growth of its pureness, which as a result can only give false signals to the following family bloodlines, unable to call up the true memories of self. Indeed, every nationality has this trait within their genetics. However, America has mingled the blood of many heritages. That is truly one of the major factors on why we are unable to fully understand the significance of our special heritage. The heritage of the original Hebrew Israelites here in America and abroad. Because of the forced lack of knowledge of our history and the assimilation of other heritages and the mingling of our blood with the Gentile genetics. True knowledge of self empowers us as the chosen people of the God of the Hebrews, which establishes us apart from all the nations on the earth. If you don't understand the validity that our heritage contains to the world and its well-being, your empowerment of self is dead and cannot promote the reflection and awareness of our history on earth from a sacred perspective. All knowledge is not good incentive to self-empowerment of your particular origin. Always remember that building blocks start with self, then you spread abroad. Our heritage is the primary building block that all nations will soon be taught from, based on a godly perspective, which will allow all nations the golden opportunity to be blessed through our heritage. which is why it is so important to learn, because it will soon lead the world into a peaceful age from Zion eternally. Welcome back to the Revolution of Knowledge. Now this next topic I'll be talking about is called canon. Canon law is a Gentile council that so-called authenticates the Holy Scriptures. However, this council was very biased by not allowing all of the scrolls of the books of the Hebrew text to be collected as one when they made it into one book they call the Holy Bible today. Canon law is an authoritative list of books accepted by man, excluding some of Yah's holy scriptures written through his holy prophets. See Deuteronomy 4:2. Nothing shall be added or taken away from the law of Yah. So the Gentiles' canon committee is in direct violation for tampering with Yah's holy testimony. However, we know all of the heritage of Israel, including the good and the evil, is holy to Yah, because it is the history and the law of Yah's chosen people that one has to obtain in order to see one's fault and history. That must include all of Yah's holy spoken words through his prophets in the Hebrew text only to reflect on, in order to get the complete understanding of our heritage. That's why the Gentile canon law did not allow all of Yah's words to be exposed through the Holy Bible. Therefore, they prearranged the heritage of Israel in the Hebrew text by purposely hiding the truth through man's so-called bad translations, giving incomplete understanding of the children of Israel's heritage, so the children of Israel would not gain complete, if any, understanding of their true heritage while in slavery here in North America and abroad. That's why we are not allowed to read, write, or count under penalty of death while enslaved here in North America and abroad, to ensure our ignorance of our history, so we would not have hope of a future deliverance out of this captivity like our ancestors in Egypt were delivered by Yah, God of Israel. There are several known books missing from the original collection of the Hebrew sacred law, which contains more than the 39 that are circulated for the common publication for the civilian public. The canon rejected several of Yah's holy scriptures. The Old Testament Canon Committee was fixed and regulated by an early Jewish canon committee several hundred years before Israel was considered a state or country in 1948, whose major objective was to hide and conceal truth of the true identity of the original children of Israel, and create a man-made religion spawning from the Hebrew text, which is Judaism, in order to claim the heritage of Israel and the identity of the tribe of Judah, which is the royal tribe of Israel. Yeah. You see, the Jews who claim to be from the 12 tribes of Israel are Gentiles, claiming Shemitic or so-called Semitic descendant. However, they are not from the bloodline of Abraham, according to Genesis 1:27. They are from Japheth or Japheth, the father of the Gentile nations which migrated in Europe. See Genesis 1:31. Oh yeah. Now, nevertheless, everything Yah created, he said, was good. That includes the so-called Jews and every nationality on the face of the earth. It's their actions, if evil, that Yah hates, just like the children of Israel not honoring the Holy Covenant. According to Jeremiah 16:19 through 20, in this case, we have a people who has deviated from the law through extraordinary circumstances to not only steal our identity, but also to conceal it and claim our heritage and our land. This proves that their fathers unquestionably knew the truth and conspired to teach their children lies intentionally. However, to add insult to injury, they continue teaching in order to keep the conspiracy going on from generation to generation, and call themselves scholars or rabbis of the law of Yah. How arrogant can one get? A long shot that will be totally ineffective and will serve no future purpose in Yah's kingdom on earth, because the judgment of the Yah will prove that in its clearest form when he delivers the 12 tribes of Israel back to their native land in the near future. Judah and Israel as a whole, meaning all 12 tribes will return together inevitably from North America, and from the four corners of the earth in which we were all scattered during slavery, according to Isaiah 11:12, Jeremiah 3:18, 16, 14 through 15. This next topic we'll be talking about is called translation. The meaning of translation concerning the Hebrew text consists of the original Hebrew language being translated into English language. However, frequently the understanding of the Hebrew verse or passage is misrepresented or translated incorrectly because of the imprecise change or replacement of one or more additional words in the Hebrew text being mistranslated or altered from its original Hebrew meaning for the correct understanding of the Hebrew passage. One can ask themselves, was this done purposely to get false understanding, or did the translators make this mistake honestly or dishonestly? Well, personally, I believe strongly this was a conspiracy to keep the truth of the heritage of Israel from Yah's original chosen people, deliberately and intentionally, to give false understanding and lead people astray in the direction of the worship of man's pagan gods that evil Gentiles created to not only enslave your bodies, but our minds also, while under Gentile dominion. Now this next topic is called, what is an interpretation in Hebrew understanding? According to Genesis 45 through 23, 41, 1 through 32, Joseph interprets dreams from the insight and understanding of Yah's Holy Spirit. In Daniel the 2nd chapter and the 4th chapter, Daniel was given the wisdom from Yah to interpret dreams and visions through Yah's understanding, or sending his holy messengers to give understanding. However, when you hear most people say that is your interpretation of the scriptures, they are not aware that when you're reading the law and history of Yah, you're not interpreting the scriptures, you are understanding them. Yah's scriptures that are dreams and visions are already interpreted. So when you read it, you understand them, meaning to comprehend the scriptures. According to Daniel 5 and 12, you must possess the understanding from Yah's Holy Spirit to interpret dreams and visions like the great prophet Daniel and Joseph. According to the Hebrew text, the meaning of translation concerning the Hebrew text consists of the original Hebrew language being translated into English language, so you can read it if you speak English. However, frequently the understanding of the Hebrew verse or passage is changed or translated incorrectly because of the inaccurate change or placement or replacement of one or more words in the Hebrew text being mistranslated or distorted from its original understanding through evil Gentiles. One could ask himself, was this done purposely to give false understanding, or did the translators make this mistake honestly or dishonestly? I accept as true that this was a conspiracy to keep the truth of the heritage of Israel from Yah's original chosen people deliberately and intentionally, to give false understanding and to lead Yah's people astray to the worship of man's pagan gods that evil Gentiles created to enslave our bodies as well as our minds while in captivity here in North America and abroad. Join me on my next revolution back to Yah, the revolution of knowledge, and enlighten your mind to this understanding.